Hey guys, this is the Germanic Gamer, and I am here with another how to install video. My last one actually went off pretty well. That was my Wolves of Steel for Silent Hunter 5. And this is my the Great War mod for Napoleon Total War. When I was installing this, I had a very hard time understanding anybody. So hopefully this comes off with a lot better hits. The only install videos I ever found were either from little kids that I was like horrible to understand, or it was actually grown people that their voice was just way too deep, and it was and they were just mumbling, and I'm like, what? How? Where? Who? And I was like, what the hell? I don't know what you're doing. And so, anyway, hopefully this will actually help you guys out in the long run. I'm actually working on this with two of my friends, actually getting the Battle of the Azandra's River together. That's on my first video of the German ideas or the German fundamentals, German ideas, etc. Anyway, if you haven't gotten a chance to go check that out, make sure to go check that out. Hopefully that video, the first one's already up. But anyway, great game. I will eventually be doing World War One for Napoleon on my channel after we either finish up Hearts of Iron, Order of War, Total War Warhammer, or something. Somebody somewhere will finish it, and then we'll hit the Great War mod. So let's begin. All the links will be in the descriptions, and then I'll flash them up on the video for you guys to go click and etc. So anyway, guys, hopefully this helps out. So anyway, to start off, I don't know if you guys have any like mods. If you don't, then if this is your first mod ever installing for Napoleon Total War, just ignore this, skip ahead wherever. But if you guys are brand new to, or have some previous mods already installed, I'm not exactly sure how Darth mod and the Great War mod get along. I have never really personally messed with it, but you might want to go ahead and do a properties and then go to local files and then verify integrity of game cache. That's going to wipe your game back to the vanilla mode. And then when you go in, if you're coming to this video because you've already tried to install it and you haven't had any luck, don't worry. I understand. Just follow by what I say. It'll go a lot smoother and a lot easier. So don't worry. So we're going to go into so let's do PC. And then we're going to go where our Steam files are. So data, program files, Steam, and then Steam maps, and then common, and then Napoleon Total War. And what you're going to go ahead and do, because miles, redirect, that's all supposed to be there. Data is actually where you're going. So if you have anything that's like with the Great War mod out here or kind of in here, I don't know if you guys haven't had any luck with it or etc. Go ahead and delete that. And worst case scenario, if you cannot get the mod to install and run correctly, just uninstall the entire game and then go through and delete all your directory files. So you'll go into Napoleon Total, you're going to Common, and you'll just delete the whole thing. That's the only way I can tell you to do it because that's the only way it helps. So alrighty, so after you've done that, or if, like I said, if you're brand new to modding, this first mod you're going for, this is where you're going to go. So you're going to go into the website for this is the home front for Mods DB, the Great War mod. So you'll see just kind of some of the machine gun designs for the weapons. This guy was talking about heavy machine guns of the Great War, some of the rifles. This guy's I'm actually not necessarily that guy that's right there, but he's a specialist on the French rifles of World War One. If you were curious, go check out my Forgotten Reich or subscribe or go check out the Great War. The guy's actually really good about explaining World War One from his perspective, or not his perspective, but from what he understands and knows. He's an expert on the Great War. So make sure to go check him out if you would like to. I'll put a link to his channel in the description below as well, and also it'll flash up on the screen by here. So anyway, like I was saying, you'll go ahead and scroll down. All right, so you'll first start off with the Great War. So you go ahead and click here, which will give. I'll have the link in the description for here, and you'll hit download now. And then, of course, I'm using Firefox, and then you'll install it. And then, so I'm going to give y'all a second to do that. So go ahead and pause the video, and then come back when it's when it's installed. Alrighty, so now that it's installed, you're going to go ahead and you click this. Make sure you got WinRAR. Just ignore that. This is there. So you're going to go into the Great War. All right, now this little README file is going to pop up. In fact, actually, I had it off to the side. So you're just going to double click that, and this README file is going to pop up. This is basically how you install the game, or install the mod, should we say. So, step 1, delete all old Great War files, folders, files. Already done all that. So you're going to unzip the mod, which is right here. This is the unzipped version of the mod. And then you're going to go to step 3. Place this data folder in your Napoleon Total War directory on top of your old data folder. Override all old files. So you're just going to do data, extract to, and then you're going to go D, programs, and then Steam Maps, Common. All right, and Napoleon Total War. And so you're going to click that. And then I just did it right from there, or if you want to, you can go into your data. But I would do directly from Napoleon right on top of the actual file. So you've got Napoleon Total War, and then I've got Mountain Blade and the Order Battle of the Pacific. So it'll be right there, and you're going to go ahead and click OK. I'm not going to do that because I've already got the game installed. I don't want to feel like doing all that again. So you're going to hit OK. It'll run off to Mama and do its stuff. Well, then you're going to finish it. So then I want you to go ahead, and when you've got it, so you're going to go back through Napoleon, etc., etc., and then you're going to go into data. You're going to go into the Great War, and you're going to go to launcher. You're not going to left click. You're going to right click, and you're going to run as administrative, just like it says. Step 4, run exe, run as admin, let any updates install, and start the mod. So we're going to go back over here. We're going to run as administrative. And then this should kind of be the mod that you get, or something very similar to it. I actually have the update version to it. So if it's a little different, don't panic. Don't freak out. It's okay. You're going to go ahead and launch the mod. The mod will launch, and I'll recover that in the second half of this video. So you're going to launch the mod. You're going to make sure the mod works. Just kind of a heads up, what I would do, as long as the mod launches, you're going to go through and you're just going to go over and you're going to hit campaign. You're going to start some random campaign up just to make sure it works. You can go ahead and I would just start some random battle just to make sure that the battle works, that you can play through the battle fully. There might be a little texture glitches here and there. Don't worry about it. It kind of fixes itself out as you progress in the game. Unless you get, unless you notice like by turn 50, there's still a texture glitch that, is way beyond. It's like, oh, there's a river that way shouldn't be there, or the middle of the freaking ocean where a tree is or a house is. If it's that, then the only thing I can say is either reinstall or wait for the developers to do an update. Something I don't know. So let's just, yeah. Anyway, so after you've done a battle, kind of gone through the campaign a little bit, so then you're going to exit the game. So you're going to come back, and then you're going to go back here. You're going to hit back, and then you're going to hit the Great War 5.1.4. Not the outdated, but the patch. You're going to click there. You're going to go and download now. And then you're going to select up here, and it's going to basically be, it's going to come through WinZip, or WinRAR, however you want to pronounce it. And you're going to do kind of the same thing. But the only thing different is this. All right, so double click, and then you're going to go into data, and then you're going to go into campaign. So we got campaign here. Now, you're going to click World War One for both, and you're going to drag and drop, and it's going to replace these pre-scripted files. Go ahead and do it. It's okay. And then I want you to back out, and this is only for people that want to play multiplayer. I do. You're going to go ahead and you're going to drag, because this file won't be over here. You're going to drag this over and you're going to place it, and that'll be that. And then you're going to back out of that. You're going to go into the Great War. You're going to go into the files. And then you're going to copy all this over to, oops, sorry, my bad. All right, you're going to copy all of that over to there. You're going to go to options. And me personally, I actually skipped over some stuff like small scale. Obviously, don't want small scale. Less blood pack you don't want. And it'll be over here too, unless you have, but I would just do it like this because it worked. You're going to go over here, you're going to drag and drop, and you're going to delete small scale and less blood pack. That way it's more gruesome and etc. And then the other thing that you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to back out, and the launcher should be the same. I actually have not done this much this far, so give me 1 second, guys, and I'll be right back. I want to make sure the launcher works. That way I'm not leading y'all off to stray and then go, oh, I'm sorry, I broke everything. Be right back, guys. Okay, good. Sorry about that. I wanted to make sure that the launcher was okay to move over. It is, so you're going to go ahead, move this over. Go ahead and move this over. Sorry about that. And just drag and drop. And it'll replace and go ahead. And like I said, you're going to do a right click. So now that you got that out of the way, go ahead and close WinRAR, close all that other stuff. Go ahead and close the README file. And you can go ahead, close all this stuff out. That was Mod Manager. If you don't know how to do that, that's pretty much simple. Mod Manager is just a outside way to install mods. It's pretty much, it's not really anything special. I personally like doing it this way, and I kind of go ahead and launch it from the actual file. I'm not really too crazy about dragging this over and making an icon for it, because it doesn't really seem to cooperate necessarily that much with me. I mean, that's just me personally. But I mean, if it works for you guys, great, more power to you, and I'm happy for you. But sometimes it has you kind of walk it through exactly where the files are, which can be a pain in the rear. So I just prefer to go ahead and go through the files and etc. myself. Just that way, it's less of a headache. Anyway, so like I said, run as administrative. Right click, run as administrative, and you'll go through launch options, launch mod. There's the mod settings, which is unit scale. So pretty much you can play around with it if you want projectile trails, blood effects, normal, reduce. Why the hell would you want to reduce it? Authentic naming. That's up to you if you guys want authentic naming. Multiplayer. In order to work, override the existing game files. I've already done all that. So that's kind of in game. And there's launchers if you have any launch errors. It's just kind of. Oh, and by the way, when you fire it up for the first time, it'll ask you to do a update. Go ahead and do the update. Perfectly fine and legal and everything. So legal, wow. It's perfectly fine. Just go ahead and do it. There is one thing I want to address in game. So go ahead and bear with me. I'm going to stop the recording here for a second, launch the game, and get us back into the game. And also, when it officially launches, you're going to have the same Napoleon intro. It's not going to change like Darth Mod or Empire does. It's still going to be the same intro that Napoleon already has. So don't freak out. You'll see what the game looks like. here in a second. So just bear with me, guys. Alrighty, guys, and we are back. You can fix that in the outside, and I'll eventually fix it here in just a little bit, make it a little bit more bolder. But this is the way that the game's actually going to look when you first start it up. Also, when you do the update, I mean, it looks pretty freaking awesome. I gotta give the developers props. So, but this is the thing I wanted to address, and I will address multiplayer probably in a later video if you guys have any problems. If I don't have any problems, then obviously I'm sorry I can't help you. But obviously if we get into the actual game, I don't have any multiplayer problems, then obviously I haven't had any multiplayer problems. But if you do, go ahead and feel free to put them in the comments. Concerning tanks, this is something I learned. Alright, so we're going to do options. We're going to do user interface. Concerning... Alright, so let's just say... Alright, so when you are getting ready to start a game or a battle, you're going to come over here to unit size. And of course everything's at Ultra because my computer can handle it. You're going to do a couple of different warframes. So if you're planning on fighting a game that you want trench warfare, then obviously you're going to have trench warfare. However, tanks will not move. They will not move at all. If you do mobile warfare, tanks will actually move. Conventional warfare, I don't think they move. Ultra is just the best because your tanks will move and they're not just going to sit there. Let me show you what I mean. So let's do trench warfare. So we're going to do single player. We're going to do play battle. Let's just do... Alright, let's just... I guess just do this one. So let me show you how this kind of works. So let's say this is on conventional warfare. We're going to play as Germany, and let's just say, go use France. Alright, there. And let's get a land ship and one of Germany's iron tanks. And then here's a couple of other things, but I mean, pretty much everything else will work, just concerning tanks. And then, of course, those are bunkers. They don't move, but they're fixed artillery. They're kind of like mortars are fixed artillery, just like in the original Empire. They don't move. Obviously, the only thing with fixed artillery is you couldn't really move them. I mean, they were just stuck there, and they aimed at one point. This is the same with machine guns. They just fire at a selected range. But all right, so let's do a land ship. Let's do that, and then I'll tell the French they can only have. Let's just say they can have. I don't know. What the hell do we want to have the French for? Let's just say rifle infantry. All right, and we're gonna put some. We'll put some old elite battalions in here. So, all right, let me show you what I mean for the tanks. Don't freak out by if it, like I said, if it appears a little glitchy here and there. Don't panic. It's okay. It's just the game trying to, process it. It'll get smoother as you go along. The one thing I am going to suggest, save early, save often. Because if it does crash, you don't want it to be stuck there going, crap, I just lost all that data. Just make a couple of saves. Helps you out. So, alright, let's just put all of our guys here. This was on conventional warfare, if I remember correctly.
Artillery!
And ironically enough, I don't understand why the tanks are kind of like that.
Artillerie zu Befehl!
A little confused there, to be 100% honest. Well, I mean, that wouldn't make any sense.
Sir!
I'm kind of confused there, to be 100% honest. But let's go ahead and start the battle.
Batterie zu Befehl!
Alright, so
Befehle werden befolgt!
this must be on conventional. So, here we go! We have a tank moving.
Mittlere Kanone!
That tank's moving.
Batterie zu Befehl.
Alright.
Befehle werden befolgt.
All of our tanks are moving.
Gruppenbefehle.
But this is also on
Grenadiere
ultra.
bereit, Sir.
This is kind of on large. So,
Elite Infanterie.
yeah, congrats. Our tanks are successfully moving.
Befehle werden befolgt.
That's great. So let's go ahead and exit this real quick. And then let's go back. That was conventional warfare. Let's do trench warfare. And let's also do a options, user interface. Warfare, I think. If I remember correctly. Everything else is on Ultra. So, alright, let's go back to an actual real quick game. Let's do Trench Warfare. We'll just play as the Austrians. Some of them, as you can see, haven't really been filed out. I'm not exactly sure why. To tell you the truth, I'm kind of a little bummed out by that. But there we go. There's the United Kingdom. Some of them they just didn't make, stuff for, which is a little upsetting. But obviously, with a game this size, then yeah, I understand why they decided not to do that. Who knows? I may actually be talking about my ass, and they may have resolved the problem. It's just when I first started this game, I had the problem.
Mittlere Kanone.
Yep. No. Oh no! They actually fixed it. Okay. Well, never mind. I was talking out of my rear end. Just ever in case you cannot get your tanks to move, you actually have to kind of play around with the settings. You have to play around with the infantry levels, because if it's like one guy, then it's not going to work, and they'll just sit there and they'll be fixed artillery. You actually have to increase it to get them to actually move. Now, let's say that your tank gets destroyed. If the tank gets destroyed, you're going to actually see a destroyed tank, and but the icon will still be there. But the tank won't move, but the imaginary guys, they will be moving around. Hopefully in later updates, if they haven't already fixed it by then, they'll actually die off like an actual infantry unit would. But hey, that's just for me. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully it kind of helps out. Just kind of explaining how to install the game, install the mod. And in case you guys have any problems, go ahead and drop me a comment. I will try to explain it as best I can. Other than that, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Please do comment, rate, subscribe. Make sure to go check out my Forgotten Reich, where you can see me playing in the Battle of the Isandros River on one of my my videos. Eventually, I will be redoing those videos as soon as I can get my two friends to help me out. And they've got the Great War up, and they're helping me with it, etc. So, anyway, guys, thanks again. I hope you've enjoyed. Please do comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on the next install video, if you will, but on the next episode. So, anyway, guys, thanks again. See you guys next time. This is the Germanic Gamer signing out. See you next time, guys.